Hey everybody, it's Rusty from Wasatch Physical Therapy in Layton, Utah. We've been going over Shockwave and giving you some information about whether or not this is a treatment or a technology that could be right for you to help you achieve a pain-free status or get you back to life. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what to expect if you come in for a Shockwave treatment and some things you can be aware of if you've had Shockwave at another facility or with another device, what you should actually feel with a true Shockwave treatment. So the treatment should actually be comfortable and well tolerated. There are a lot of devices that can actually cause more pain and put you in pain, which is definitely not something that we want. So it should be comfortable, it should be tolerated well for you as you go through that. The Softwave Shockwave device actually has a flexible membrane that's filled with water, and so which is really nice about that is it actually adapts and conforms to the body parts that you're treating. So over a bony area, then it's really soft and it can conform to that instead of causing too much pressure, causing more pain. So it helps you to feel relief during treatment because of that flexible membrane that it has. You really don't have to suffer through any painful therapies. Some other places or some other devices, they might tell you that, yeah, the pain is an advanced Shockwave treatment, and it's really not the case. It should be effective and it should be relatively pain-free. You will feel something, but it should not be painful. So comfort is actually part of the truth in healing, and you need to be aware of that. Another thing that this device can do is it actually gives you immediate diagnostic feedback for the therapists that are providing the treatment to you. So here at Wasatch Physical Therapy, only physical therapists and physical therapy assistants perform this on a patient. There aren't any aides or office staff that perform this. This is actually done by somebody that has advanced learning and knowledge in the field of physical therapy. So as they perform the Shockwave on you, they're actually finding spots that will give you input or an understanding of whether or not a tissue is chronically irritated or damaged or inflamed or just not healthy, and we can treat those areas out. And if we hit a spot that is not that way, then we know that it's actually not the cause of your pain. So if something's in your low back or your hip or down your leg and if we're treating direct muscles across your glute and we find out that those aren't the muscles, but if we go into your lumbar spine and we find a lot of hot spots there, then we know we need to treat more across that low back area and the lumbar muscles instead of focusing on some of the other muscles or other tissues that could cause the pain down your leg. So that real-time diagnostic feedback is really important, and we love to see that during the treatment because it can help guide the rest of our treatment for patients to achieve greater results. This machine offers true regeneration, and that healing unfolds over weeks with lasting outcomes. So if somebody tells you that they can get you better in one session, that's usually not the case because of the way the tissue healing occurs. So it can go along a 12-week span of that healing to occur. So week 0 to 1 is what's called the priming phase, and that tissue is starting to kind of figure out what it's doing as you provide input to it with the Shockwave. Weeks 2 to 4, you can start to get some molecular acceleration of that healing process. Weeks 5 to 8 is more the neovascularization and early remodeling of the tissue that you're trying to form. So we talked about angiogenesis and stem cell recruitment. That's really where you're trying to get into the healing process of that. And then weeks 9 to 12 is then where you actually get regeneration and remodeling of tissue. So between 6 to 12 weeks is kind of where the average is to see long-term results with Shockwave along with the other treatments. And so to expect a real quick change in your symptoms, it can happen, but it's more than likely that you'll have to have more treatments to just try and get through that healing process to achieve what you want to achieve in that tissue. So that's what I want to talk to you about a little bit today, is what to expect with the treatment, what it's doing, and what you should look for or expect as far as a timeline to see the changes that you want to see. If you have any questions about Shockwave, you can always contact me at my clinic at 801-784-7373, and then we can see whether or not this treatment would be right for you. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.